Welcome back to America Decides. President-elect Trump is taking credit for the ceasefire and hostage deal in the Middle East. He says the agreement only could have happened as a result of his win in November. This despite the fact that the White House has been working on this for months. President Biden was asked about who should take credit.
Thank you.
Who takes credit for this, Mr. President, you or Trump?
Is that a joke?
Weijia Jiang and Nancy Cordes join us now. Nancy, I want to start with you because you're in West Palm Beach, where the president-elect's transition is happening. We heard just a week ago Trump say at Mar-a-Lago that there would be hell to pay if a deal was not reached before he took office on January 20th. Can you kind of walk us through how closely Trump's team was working with the Biden team in getting this negotiation done?
Great to see you, Caitlin. Yeah, they worked hand in hand. As soon as Trump was declared the winner of the 2024 election, his people and then eventually his designated Middle East envoy, Stephen Witkoff, was brought into the fold, was kept abreast of what was going on in the negotiations, and eventually he began to participate in the negotiations himself, even traveling to the Middle East to meet with the Israeli prime minister. You can understand why, from the Biden team's perspective, they would want to get buy-in from the Trump team. There are so many examples throughout history of diplomatic negotiations falling apart because one side of the deal said, you know, if we just wait you out, maybe the next administration will have a deal that's more favorable for us. And that's something that the Biden team knew was quite possible once Joe Biden was a lame duck, and knowing that Donald Trump, who has a closer relationship in many ways with Netanyahu than he does, was set to take office in January. So they decided to handle this as a unit. Witkoff, who doesn't have any diplomatic background, he has done a lot of real estate deals. He's a businessman. He's very close to Donald Trump. They golf together. Sort of a hard-nosed negotiator, got involved. And so I do think that when you look at the situation and the fact that this is a deal that was more or less out there on the table, right for the picking for the better part of a year, the fact that it is getting done now is a sign that at the very least the leaders of both Israel and Hamas were aware of where the next president wanted this to go and what he might possibly do if they didn't sign on the dotted line.
Yeah, I mean, Nancy and Weijia, I think this collaboration is so fascinating because it's not something that we have seen between these two teams before, and kind of the idea that a hostage deal was just such a goal for both of them. Weijia, I know the president talked about this today. He's expected to talk about it later today, perhaps in his farewell address. He was saying how they have worked for months, acknowledged that these two teams work together. Here's a little bit of what he had to say after this deal came together.
This deal was developed and negotiated under my administration, but its terms will be implemented, for the most part, by the next administration. In these past few days, we've been speaking as one team.
So, Weijia, I mean, he's acknowledging the reality that Trump will be president once the ceasefire is ended, has ended. But what do you make of the way he framed this today?
Well, he, of course, wants the credit for hashing out the details of this deal. He wants his team to be recognized. In fact, he named all of them because they have been going to and from the Middle East for months now, trying to get this over the finish line. But he has to acknowledge, and he did, that it really is just passing the baton, because the real finish line is going to be if and when the deal is implemented in all three of its phases. But when he was directly asked about Trump's comments taking credit, he said, you know, this was my deal. This was exact my framework that I put forward back in May, which is true, the details of it and how it would be carried out. But in terms of the practical sense, it is up to the incoming Trump administration. And that is why, he said they have been working so closely together and that they really have to speak in one voice, because this is not about a Biden or a Trump administration. This is about the United States and America playing such a key role in getting this done, to bring hostages home and to end the fighting in Gaza. And that is what he is trying to stress above all the political rhetoric.
Yeah, a rare moment of transcending politics, and we will see, and we're grateful for those families who hopefully will have some good news soon. Weijia Jiang and Nancy Cordes, thank you so much for your time.